Joining us today is a British-Filipina artist and interior architect who seamlessly blends the worlds of painting and design.
And she has exhibited around the world, and her pieces are held in private collections globally. Let's welcome Rachel Le Roux. Thank you, Rachel, for coming.
Good afternoon.
Thank you for having me.
Of course, this is her first TV interview.
Yes. Happy to be your platform.
To be the first. But Rachel, you know, before we talk about your paintings, I want to talk about you. Because what a lot of people don't know, you're an interior architect, you're a mom of two, there's just a lot going on. So let's talk about, who is Rachel Le Roux?
So yes, I wear many hats. I have different roles in my life. I try not to compartmentalize who I am, but I am a creative. And as a mom and a wife and everything, I try and bring that into my life. I do my design halfway through the year. I try and split that up between my art. And a lot of it, I think recently I've just been realizing that I'm an artist by heart. That's really who I am.
Were you born here or did you live abroad?
No, I was born and raised here.
Born and raised
Born
here.
and raised, and then I left at 18, and then I sort of jumped around.
Why'd you leave?
Why'd I leave? I just wanted to see what was out there.
And you moved to London, right?
I moved to Canada first, which was just I don't know.
Just because?
Yeah, just because. And then I came back here again and tried to dabble in the arts then. And then just decided to go to England. I have family there.
Okay.
So I wanted to just build myself up and work.
Okay, did you always have an exposure to art? Were your parents into it? By the way, fun fact I just learned today, if you guys, of course, fly our flag carrier, Rachel's dad is actually the guy there who teaches you to put your seatbelt on, that handsome man there. So
He likes to call himself the pal guy.
the pal guy.
Wow.
Yeah.
He's
I
our
love
pal.
it.
Okay. So yeah, was it something that you were exposed to?
Yeah, you know, my parents were really into art anyway, and they had art around the place. But I think as a kid, art was just part of me. And I know it's so cliche, you know, I've been painting all my life, but I really have. And then I took art seriously in high school. I did IB art. And then when I graduated, at that time, it was sort of not the thing that you do your career in. And it was like, oh, what real job can I get?
Right.
And so that's why I did interior design, because in my head it was still also creative. My mom's an interior designer, and so it was something that I could still tackle my creativity in.
You're
But art,
self-taught, correct?
I am self-taught. I did a few night classes in England, but I really was that kid who was on my desk drawing and sketching. And I always did portraits, but then I dabbled into abstracts when I was about 20. I did have an exhibit here, but I wasn't ready for it, and it was a completely different side of me.
I can't even draw stick figures. She's just casually sketching, and they look so amazing. I was like, I can't even draw.
Do you do classes as well?
I do sip and paints.
I love
You can come to sip and paint.
Oh, we can totally do that.
Okay, Rachel, when it comes to you being an interior designer or an architect, you actually work with your mom, which is
do.
quite interesting because
And
not
yes.
everyone can do that.
Yeah, her mom is here. Her mom is her biggest fan. So hi, mother.
Hi,
She's
Tita.
so cute.
So how is that?
I mean, it's good. Look, we fight, but I think because we dabble different things, like I'm very technical, so I handle all the architectural stuff. I worked for a firm here for a long time. But then when my kids grew up a little bit more, I had to be more present. So then we started running our own business. And it works well. We know how to sort of dance around each other at the right time. And then now she's been my partner in crime at my art fairs as well.
And
so
greatest
she's
fan, like what
amazing.
Mo
I
said.
know. I love that mother-daughter
Yeah.
duo. But I want to talk about your art because I am so fascinated. I read on your website that you mentioned you have two themes that you typically do, the ladies and your abstract. And you said they are contradictory to you.
Yes.
What does that mean?
Well, you know, I've always lived in this, I like to say I've always lived in this duality life, you know, being half Filipino, half British. It was this constant battle between both worlds. And then as an artist, when I decided to take art seriously, it happened over COVID, so I like to say this is my pandemic baby. Because we had to close our business down temporarily. Art just became my way of, you know, shutting out everything else that was going on around us. So then at that point, I'm like, well, am I an abstract artist or am I a figurative artist? And I think it's just recently I've realized that I didn't want to label that. So I do play on both. So my abstracts are made from some of my figurative paintings. Well, I'll scrape up the paint, it'll be dried, and then when I want to let go and be less controlled, then I'll do my abstracts. So as you know, I like to say that my figuratives are my serious, controlled side, and my abstract are like, it's the fire that comes out and you can't let her loose.
I love it.
How do you actually find the voice to be able to say, yes, I'm an artist? Because contrary to the fact, a lot of people out there can actually produce and create art, and yet they kind of stop themselves, the little voice in their head that says, I'm not gonna do this, because you actually transcended from that to 2020 and become, yes, I am an artist.
Oh, don't get me wrong, it's hard. It's been a difficult journey because at 40, I'm like, oh, you're going through the changes anyway, and then all of a sudden you think you want to change careers. So it's still, I constantly still ask that, but then because I believe in what I do, and I think that I believe in my work, I think that's what helps me. And the feedback that I've been getting from people and how people connect to my work, I think that's what keeps me going.
And I want to know where you get the inspiration from, because there's actually a series that you've done of yourself.
God, that was the hardest thing.
How come?
Well, you're your own worst critic, right?
Yeah.
And so when I painted myself, we actually did a photo shoot and I looked at the little things and you see the imperfections and everything. But it taught me to see things a little bit clearer. When I first started painting women, it was sort of telling my story in faces and bodies that don't belong to me, my story. And then now, as I've evolved and as I've found myself a little bit more, it's really about the women who surrounds me, strength, vulnerability, and how we all shift through different versions of ourselves.
So when you were creating that series of yourself, you said that's the hardest, and I totally agree. We are our own worst critic. What's the one thing you learned about yourself while doing that?
To let go and just let things be, and that I can't really control things, and it is what it is, and I do what I do. That's really it.
And speaking about you do what you do, you actually just recently joined a big art fair.
Yeah.
Tell us about that
Congrats.
experience. An international one, by the way.
Yeah, so it's an art fair called Superfine Art Fair in San Francisco. They've got different venues all over the States, and it's an artist-led fair, and you represent yourself. And you are amongst 150 other artists, and you're pretty much vying for everyone's attention.
Were there other Filipino artists as well?
I was the only one from the Philippines,
Ooh,
but there
thank
were
you for
other.
representing.
I know, it was really fun actually, and there were a lot of Filipinos who came by the booth and said, "Oh, we heard of Filipinas here." But wait, you don't sound Filipina. I'm like, no, but I am. And then there were a lot of Philams, but it was really good, and I think that's where I connected to a lot of women. It just so happened to be Women's Month as well.
Oh, beautiful.
So there were a lot of women there who just stood and connected with me, and we sat and we chat. Wait, we didn't sit. We were standing for the whole day, but we just really connected. And I thought, okay, well, if I can connect to this many people, then maybe slowly but surely I can connect to more.
No, I love what you're doing. You're bridging the gap with women. And so when women, I feel like women are who mostly buy your paintings, right? When we look at your paintings, what do you want us to see? What do you want us to, I guess, get out of it?
Well, I think really when I paint, it's nice that people can just feel my story without me telling you my story. That people can look at it and go and say, I see me in that. I really do. And I've had that so many times where they've said, that's me. And they just walk away with it. And I think for me, it's that you can relate to it, that you can feel the movement, you can feel the stillness in the work, and the strength and vulnerability that I put in it.
In line with your message, Rachel, oftentimes people say that art is political. It does send out a message.
Yeah.
It does make a statement. What's yours?
Is that you can be strong and soft at the same time with my work, and that you can be vulnerable and strong, basically. I think that's the only thing I can think of, because that's really what my work is about, is that softness, but that fire too.
Chal is actually wondering, when you do your paintings of other women, do you photograph them beforehand?
Well, it's a mix, right? I've done where it's just been images that I've just played with on Photoshop. My recent series for my show, we actually had a photo shoot. And
So these are real subjects.
some of them are photographs, yeah, and then I just layer Photoshop on top of it and I play around with it. So I do Photoshop digital paintings first and then I paint it. I can't paint from my imagination.
Okay, so you have to have
Yeah.
a guide.
Yeah,
Okay.
my brain doesn't work that way, unless it's
okay.
with abstracts.
Everybody has their
Yeah.
own way, right? But
Yeah.
Rachel, hold that thought, and Chal as well, because we're gonna show her recent series when we come back after the break. We still have so much to learn from our guest, artist Rachel Le Roux. Stay tuned, The Daily Dish will be right back.
Still with us is British-Filipina artist Rachel Le Roux. Here earlier on, we got to know her. This time around, let's dive into your art.
Because she brought her recent paintings here, and they're so beautiful, guys. Like, can we just
Show some of it here. There's
how
really
realistic they
Exactly.
are.
There's really something about a woman's body that just captures you right away. So these are some of the paintings that you've made, and recently you said you've been dabbling and falling in love with
Gold leaf.
Gold
I'm
leaf.
obsessed. If I can gold leaf anything and everything, I would. But I
It's a
can't.
beautiful touch, and like, you know, you mentioned like a woman's body is definitely very unique, but like look at this right here. You know,
The
every
folds, the
woman
lines.
has this, right?
Yeah.
Like, we, instead of being ashamed of it, like, we need to embrace it because it's actually so beautiful with a gold leaf beside it.
Yeah.
It's actually so empowering to see this,
Yeah.
Rachel. So can you tell us what inspired you to actually do this whole series on women?
Well, this is sort of an offcut from what I did for San Francisco. And when I did my gold series for San Francisco, well, that one sold out. So I just thought, oh, let me bring it. Yeah, it was amazing. And I think what that was when I developed that series, is that it was about how we as women shift through different versions of ourselves in different lives, like in our 20s, in our 30s, in our 40s, and even in our 40s, we still constantly shift. And it's about this thing about becoming. And so I wanted to deep dive into the small details, like how her hand is holding her hair, or how her arms are just going over her head. You know, it's just those little movements and details that all of us as women know that it's just simple.
And you beautifully depict them in the photo. Like, it's amazing. It looks so realistic. How long does it typically take you to create a piece?
Depends with the pencil. Like this will take maybe like, well, because I'm a mom, I have to split it all up. So I do it in hours. So
Rachel, I
maybe
just
40
thought
hours.
of something amazing seeing all your art here. Oftentimes when we paint or see drawings of women and their body, it gets objectified, but the way you present it, there's, you know, all about being feminine, strength and power, everything that you were talking about. Have you done one for your mom?
No.
With your mom?
Oh, that'd be a great Christmas
That would be
gift.
so good. Because I heard you say, you know, women in their 20s, 30s, 40s,
Yeah.
so it's
No, I haven't yet,
all
actually.
Okay, we described your art earlier on my mentioned movement.
Yes.
Okay, what does that mean?
Well, initially when I first started painting women, they were dancers. So I did a lot of ballet dancers, and there was this. I came across this series of photographs. I think it was from the New York Ballet, where you have the dancers. They're in mid-flight or mid-shot, dress up in the air, and it's just that minute where the photographer it's like a stolen second, capturing that emotion and movement, but it's actually still.
A phrase comes into mind, medias res, in the middle of action, in the middle of motion.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. We actually have more paintings here.
But we're talking about her other ones that they're so beautiful. If you guys look at her website, like her portrait, you can really see the movement of the fabric. How hard is it to do that in painting?
It's hard, and my fingers they stiffen up because it's really details. But I think with the fabric, it's sort of how it's got this symbiotic relationship with the body. Like if you think of how fabric falls on you, it takes the shape of your body.
Right.
And so that's what I try and play with. These ones are more on the studies of female form. And so I see that also, that's movement and stillness in one. Yeah.
I love her storytelling. And actually, Chal, she talked about how she uses the leftover from her figurative paintings to her abstract. So I want to show from this series, she made an abstract painting over there, if we can show it, the very end. The one in the very end, the abstract painting.
So it was actually made from the palette that I used to paint that.
Yeah, the very end
So
one.
from the big one here that we see, the one at the very end, over here is actually, tell us a story.
Yes, there, with a gold leaf.
Yeah, so I mean, with this painting that you have next to you, this was actually part of my art fair in London. And so from the remnants of the paint, from the oil paint of that one, scraped it up, put it aside. I don't like how it dries up, and so I left it. And then just one day I just wanted to paint without thinking. And I mean, look, it's not all from it because the gold leaf is additional. So it's like I embellish.
Yeah.
With
Do you
with
feel
paint.
relief when you paint abstract? Like
Yeah.
kind of like it's a stress reliever
Yeah.
for you?
I mean, it's where I started, and now it's just where I go when I need to just breathe. I mean,
Well,
not that I
they're
don't
beautiful
breathe.
pieces.
I do breathe when I paint as
Yeah.
well. Like, it's still my release, but that is my just letting go.
Yeah. I
What
love
about
it.
your audience? Because we mentioned here that it's mostly women, but you also said that men actually love it. Tell us about that.
So when I first started, one of my biggest collectors was a man, and what he would do is he would buy my paintings and then give it to friends and family, and so I would actually have to go and talk about my art too while I gave it. And then even at the art fair, he bought it for his partner, but it was still a man who came, and so it was interesting to see how men connect to my work as well. I mean, there are some men who just like the look of, they appreciate the female body. That's different. Right?
Yeah.
But it's really
Well, what's
interesting.
not to appreciate,
Right.
right?
Right. Well, we're gonna
Right.
do our quick rapid fire with you, Rachel.
Okay.
Are you ready? This
I
is
think
super
so.
fun. It's super
Okay.
chill. Okay. Oh, this one. Oh, the first one's hard.
Oh.
So let's see how you answer.
Oh, no.
Figurative or abstract?
Ooh.
It's like making you choose from your kids.
I know, right?
Which one's my favorite? Can I say both?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, both.
Okay, next. Studio or outdoor space?
Studio.
Soft fabrics or structured fabrics?
Soft.
Oh, we see it in your paintings too. Okay. Painting or architecture?
Oh.
Oh no,
Paint.
Mama's looking at you. She's giving you the eyes.
If I could choose, like one, painting.
Are you ready to let go of the business? To
Well,
go
not
full
the
on,
business, but like,
rather
yeah.
the other creative side, to go full on with
I
painting?
could paint for the rest of my life. if I
Oh,
could.
that's how you know you're doing the
Yeah.
right
Oh,
thing.
that's
Yeah.
so sweet. Okay, bold colors or neutrals?
Neutrals.
Actually, how do you go about picking your color palette when you do paintings?
Oh, I like the soft. I like the soft blushes, and I don't like strong, bold colors. I
Easier
feel
on
like
the eyes.
yeah. Plus, I want it to also go with my interiors,
Yeah,
which is quite
actually,
neutral.
Okay.
Neutrals are life.
We're not going so rapid because Rachel is so calming.
I
Rachel
know.
is so calming.
We need that
We
energy.
need that calm in our lives right now. Minimalism or maximalism?
Minimalism.
Okay. Who's your favorite artist growing up?
I like Frida Kahlo, who is so different from my work, but I just really
Still
like
another
her.
strong woman
Yeah,
figure,
strong woman,
yes. Oil paint or acrylic?
Oil.
That was quick.
Yeah.
Oh, she's like oil. Oh, okay. Warm tones or cool tones?
Warm.
Oh.
Favorite place you've ever exhibited?
Oh, that's hard. San Francisco, maybe.
Why? Why that
Really?
one?
They were just so welcoming. I feel like there was always conversation, and they were very open to me and accepting.
community of
the community of
artists, yeah.
I love that. Okay, texture or simplicity?
Ooh. Both?
Yeah, you can say both.
Yeah, both.
Both,
I
both,
think.
with a gold leaf.
Yeah.
Silence or sound while creating?
Both.
Do you play music when you paint?
Well, sometimes I have Audible on. Sometimes I have Dateline podcasts on.
So it just depends on the mood.
Sometimes music and sometimes silence. Yeah.
Okay, a word that describes your art. That's hard because if you only
Ooh.
pick one word.
Gosh. That's hard. Feminine.
Feminine.
Actually, that's the best word to
Agree. On
describe
point
it.
with that one.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Uh-oh.
Manila or London?
Both. They're both
Best of
home.
both
They're
worlds.
both home, yeah.
Okay, and female form or the space it occupies?
They sort of intertwine with each other, I think, because we as women occupy our own space. So I think both.
Yeah.
Because they come one or the other. Like, yeah.
You know, before we let Rachel go, Chal, I'm so excited for her because she has her very first solo exhibit here in Manila, right? In
Congratulations.
January.
In January,
Let's
thank
talk
you.
about that and invite our
Yeah.
viewers to come to that.
Yeah, so I'm really excited about it because it's home and it's really a place where I can say not only do I have the support from family and friends, but it's where I am and it's really who I am. So the exhibit's called Echoes and Conversations, and it's bringing and merging my past with my present. So I'll have a lot of my old pieces, and I'll have maybe 4. If I finish my 5th one, I'll have the 5th one there, new pieces. And it's really to show my journey and my evolution in my art practice.
Please
Where will
make
it
sure
be?
to invite
Yeah,
us.
where
We'd
will
love
it
to
be?
see it.
Definitely. It's at Fashion Interiors in Makati on January 17. And I'm really excited.
Rachel,
We're so
maybe
excited.
lastly, to all the budding artists out there, especially the women who just want to be creative and go out there and
Yeah.
find courage to do it
Yeah, and just
in the
do
world,
it.
what's your message to them?
Do I look there?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so my message is to keep going. Is that no matter what, you're gonna get many no's, and you just keep going and just keep painting, keep believing in your passion, and things will fall into place.
I love it. Follow your passion.
Yeah.
We love talking to you, Rachel. You're so calm. Like, if you start a podcast, I can just listen to her all day. Like, I feel like painting to her. As if naman I
Rachel,
paint.
thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for being here
Thank
and
you for
sharing
having me.
your art and
Yeah.
creativity
Thank
as
you.
well with all of
Thank
us.
you so much.
We love having you.